Hey Boo, how are you doing? Hope you're doing amazing. I trust you're doing great, amazing, and just right. Black Coffee is my name, your number one go-to soul sister. How are you? It is a minute past midnight. Did I say midnight? I apologize. A minute past 11. It is Pillow Talk time, darling. And yes, tonight on Pillow Talk is going to be intense. I'm going to be talking to the ladies. Yeah, I'm going to be talking to the ladies tonight. And I'm going to be talking about something really interesting. Yeah. I'm simply talking tonight about how to give your man the best hand job ever. The best hand job of his life. Yes, I know, right? Why do you have that smile on your face? Oh, all right, but Black Coffee is my name, and you know this Black Coffee's got a little cream just for you. And hey, don't forget, I'm live. All right? Yes, I am live. And, well, my dear, look, I must let you know one thing, okay? That it's a good thing to know what to do, how to do, what to do. All right? Did you get what I said? I want to believe you did. All right, so yes, like I told you, I am live. I'm live on YouTube, and it is Nigeria Info Abuja. Facebook as well, Nigeria Info Abuja. All right, yes, how to give the best hand job ever. That's what it is on the show tonight. So, darling, I want to explain, of course, you don't want to get this wrong. Some people are pros, some people are not. You definitely don't want to get this wrong. So, tonight, I just want to explain to you, give you the best tips, on how to give a hand job. That's not just, look, I need you to know that it's not just the right way, but the perfect way to go about it. All right? I'm sure you're wondering, what's Black Coffee talking about? Well, thankfully, I must let you know that brushing up your foreplay techniques and ideas to try isn't, of course, to do this isn't rocket science. We keep improving ourselves every day in life, everything that concerns us, especially when it comes to our lovemaking and pleasing our husband and partner. All right? Yeah. So, my dear, if you concentrate on just getting even a few of the few tips I'm going to give you tonight, if you just concentrate on getting the few tips I'm going to be sharing right, your man will be in heaven. Oh, yes. So when you put your hands on his penis, and you won't have to feel awkward about it at all. All right? Because I know that is something that happens as well. It's okay. You want to try it. Your partner wants it. You don't know how to go about it. And you're scared not to make a mistake. These things happen. So, yes, let's talk about this straight away. Look, to know how to give a hand job, my dear, first things first, you need to understand that each penis is its own. All right? Yes, you've got to understand that. And I'm going to explain. I mean, I know that sounds a bit odd. Yes, I know it sounds a bit odd. But it is true. Very true. Look, there's a different penis. There are actually different penis shapes, sizes, colors, and each with its own preferences. Yes, each has its own preferences and reactions to certain techniques. And you could be performing on a circumcised penis or an uncircumcised one. Now, it's good to know. It's good to know this information because it can interfere with sensitivity. Don't leave that out. Different strokes for different folks, they say, right? So this can interfere with sensitivity. And the best thing to do is play around, and see what works, basically, what works and what doesn't. All right? Yeah. So let me just go straight to the point and let me hit you with some of those best tips to give a hand job, yeah, to your man every single time you get to it. All right, darling. It's Below Talk on 95.1 Nigeria Info, Abuja, your number one talk station of the nation. Yes, darling. And hey, to start, I tell you tonight, start with hand job foreplay. Okay? Yeah. Rather than just grabbing grabbing his penis and, just giving him a hand job as fast, as you can, my darling, you'll find that it's way hotter and more interesting to slowly build up to it. All right? Yes. I know you want to just go, bum, 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 bum. No, darling. It is hotter, it is nicer to start slowly, baby. Yes. Build up to it with, what I call the hand job foreplay. Please, with all pleasure, darling. It's a step-by-step thing. You don't rush into things. Start by kissing your husband, kissing your man, like you normally would, all right? Passionately. And while kissing him, slowly lower your hands towards his crotch, outside of his clothes. I know you want to reach in for it right away, but it is soft, slow, and easy, baby. Yes, easy does it. I know you get where I'm coming from. All right? Yeah, so slowly just brush past his groin area and start to softly rub the inside of his thighs. I've told you before on Pillow Talk that, rushing into things isn't just the way to go, except that is how both of you want it. But it's more interesting when you build up tension together. Okay, whatever it is you're doing, take it step by step. And after doing this for about, say, a minute, right? Slowly move your hands. Okay. Just over his penis while, still outside. All right? Your hands are not in yet. No, suspense is fun, Yeah. Okay. Yes, just move, move your hands over his penis, right? Outside his clothes, and then start gently grab and massage his penis. All right? Yes. Remember I used the word gently. It is very important. Gently. At this stage, you should hear him starting to groan and sigh and make some very interesting sounds that you love to hear. All right? And when you hear those sounds, you're doing a good job. You're starting to get things warmed up. The car's just, getting warmed up to go. But it's not time to go yet. It's just, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, and then slowly unbuttoning. Okay, I told you, it's step by step. The tease is fun. Slowly unbuttoning his pants and then slip your hands inside his underwear. I don't know, his boxes, just whatever it is. Just slip your hand in slowly. And slowly hold his penis. You've got in there. Aha. Yes. I know you wanted to get there, but easy. All right. Yes, but there's no need to speed up things now that you're there. No, baby. Yeah, do everything very slowly and sensual, okay? So that you give your man time to enjoy each and every one of your touches, all right? That's the idea. And if you're not getting too caught up in the heat of the moment, right, you can make hand job foreplay last for, say, 10 minutes. Yeah, you can make it last for like 10 minutes. And one thing that is good in this one is eye contact. Oh, yes. Eye contact, it's good. I'm not saying eye contact and look at him like you're his mother sternly. You're going to spoil the flow. You know, eye contact, but in a very sexy way. Yeah, that's the idea. I know you get where I'm coming from. So my number 2 step is time for you to switch it up and go ahead and use both hands while giving your man a hand job. I told you it is a step-by-step affair. Yes. I mean, men and women never properly, they never properly learn how to give a good hand job. All right? And as a result of this, they end up, what's the word? They end up only using one technique. It's okay, darling. We learn every day. Life is a learning curve. I mean, this is not something that we're taught in school or parents teach us. Somehow you've got to learn, you've got to research, you've got to observe. All right? Very important. So yeah, like I told you, you can switch things up using 2 hands. Right? Yeah, and when you just, you could just, some people just stick to this one technique, like I said, where, you just grab him and keep tugging up and down. It's good. Look, I'm not saying it's not good, okay? Yeah, you just keep tugging up and down nonstop at the same speed until your man orgasms without ever changing your grip. No, that's not so good. All right? I'll tell you, this isn't absolutely terrible, like I said. But it's quite boring, huh? Yeah, it is boring. So a very easy way to change things, my darling. To change things up when giving your man a hand job, yeah? Alternate between using one hand and using both hands. Sure, you can. All right? And when you do this, you'll be able to stimulate both his shaft and the top of his penis. All right? Yeah. And you will also find that he thoroughly enjoys it when you switch between hands. All right? It's more enjoyable. It's more fun when you switch between hands, giving him this hand job. All right? So, with all pleasure, darling, just wrap your 2 hands around him, switch between hands, all right, while going at it. All right, my darling. Another thing is for you to know how to play with his testicles. Yeah, because it's a hand job, ideally you think, okay, it's just grab him and, just keep going up and down. Like I said, that's the thought that comes to mind. But I'm telling you, my darling, that you've got to learn how to play with his testicles. It goes without saying that your man's testicles are incredibly sensitive. Okay? They are extremely sensitive. I've talked about, I know I've taught you on the show before how to give a testicle massage, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're talking how to give your man, that hand job of life. All right? So, in fact, those testicles, your man's testicles, let's say they are the last place your man ever wants to get hit, because you're pretty sensitive. You know what it's like when a man is hit there? You've almost killed him. They're sensitive, but they're pleasurable as well. Yes, my dear. All right, so the good thing is that you can exploit this sensitivity when giving your man a hand job. Midway through the hand job, give your hand a rest and slowly slide your fingers, all right, down towards his testicles. Okay? Yeah, And then start to slowly, remember I used the word slowly and I'm using the word softly as well. Then you slowly and softly, all right, fondle them. between your fingers. You fondle your man's testicles, all right? And in fact, you can also cup them, in your hand and gently squeeze. Remember, I used the word gently, my darling. Don't be harsh on those guys. They love some tenderness and some love. Thank you. I'm sure the brothers can testify to what I'm saying. They won't mind them being played with, and because of the hand job, but you've got to be nice and sweet. That's the idea. Okay? So as you move back up towards his penis, you could use your nails just to scratch his testicles, not in a harsh way. I beg you, please. Don't say BlaqCoffee said scratch. I didn't say injure him, but there's a subtle, tender, sensual scratch if you've got the nails, right? But you've got to be sure that he likes stuff like that. That is why I talk about communication a lot. You getting to know what works and what doesn't. You've got to explore, you've got to talk. All right, so you've got to be sure that he likes this, all right, before you just go on to do it. I'm just giving the tips, darling, but you can work things out depending on what works for your man and yourself, all right? Yeah, just make sure to do some, do stuff minimal amount. I'm talking about the nails, minimal amount of pressure, not so intense. Remember, the idea, the aim is to give your man a good time, help him relax, help him ease stress, and ease the tension of the day, enjoy some pleasurable time before the main event. You get me, right? I know you do, girl. Yes, he's been a good man. Doesn't he deserve some pampering of some sort? All right, something else you need to do in the course of giving him that awesome hand job of life is for you to touch the head of his penis. All right? Now, the most sensitive part of your man's penis actually is the top. All right? Yes, it's for most men, it's the most sensitive part. And, that's where you'll find the highest concentration of nerve endings on his entire body. Okay? That's the reason why it's pretty sensitive. All right, so given that your man's penis, lots of attention is high priority. Oh, yes, it is. It is. Now, the easiest way to focus your hand job on the top of his penis is to make an O shape. Okay? Yes, you make an O shape, right? Yeah, with your index finger and your thumb. All right? The O shape? Yeah. With your index finger and your thumb. And put it over his penis. Okay? Then just like I said before, slowly is the key word. Slowly move it up and down. Okay? Yeah. Slowly move it up and down about an inch or so, basically. You really don't need to move it that much now. All right? Yeah. Just enough to stimulate the top. The idea is give him that awesome sensation and ensure that he enjoys what it is you're doing. Okay? In life generally, life being monotonous and things being monotonous and just one way can be boring and can be tiring. So, of course, you've got to employ this and that, okay, to bring the fun into whatever it is you're doing. In your bedroom, outside the bedroom, especially when given a hand job. Okay? Yes, my dear. One other thing I need you to do, my darling, or have at the back of your mind, or I'm telling you tonight, while looking at giving your man that awesome hand job, all right, is for you not in any way to ignore the frenulum. All right? Now, for a lot of men, right, I will tell you that another highly sensitive part is that tiny patch, all right, called the frenulum. Now, the frenulum is on the underside of the penis. You know that patch, right? Yeah, the underside of the penis. It's that piece of flesh that joins with the shaft, okay? On the underside of your man's penis. So, just lightly running one finger over the frenulum is incredibly stimulating for quite a number of men. All right? Yes, please. So please, you should also pay attention to his frenulum. It is very important. And the best way to rub his frenulum, my darling, is to take a break from using one of your other hand job techniques on his shaft and just spending 20 to 30 seconds rubbing his frenulum with a minimum amount of pressure, okay, before switching back. Variety, they say, is the spice of life. Don't just keep going boom, 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 boom from beginning to end. Boring. You see, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. And when you fuse in this and that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, playing with of course, his frenulum, the tip of his penis, his testicles. It's all in the mix of giving that hand job. All right? Now, isn't that you paying so much attention to that man, that special part? You see, that special part comes with other parts. And all the area, that entire area deserves some tender, loving care. Don't you think so? Aha. So that's what I'm talking about. Something else you can do, okay, to give him that awesome experience that I like to call it the hand job of life. Okay? Yes, right? Is his best hand job ever. All right? It's for you to use soft strokes, right, while he orgasms. I mean, if you think of it, that's the plan. To ensure that your man hits high notes. Yes, baby, that's it. So when you first start learning how to give your man a hand job, right, you may feel like, the normal thoughts, like I mentioned earlier, you might feel like speeding up, as your man starts to orgasm. I know, right? There's a tendency for you to want to just, hey, he's coming, so, you want to go boom, 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 boom. The funny thing is, he'll be red if you actually slow down and release the pressure as he's reaching orgasm. Okay? Except, because like I say, different strokes for different folks. Except he tells you to intensify pressure and speed. But I know normally, ideally, at that point when he's hitting the big O, right? He actually wants you to slow down and, release the pressure as he's reaching orgasm. You see, when he reaches orgasm, right, your man will become incredibly sensitive. I'm sure you've noticed it, right? He'll become incredibly sensitive to touch. All right? To the point where it actually feels painful for him when you touch it. So instead of being all speedy and fast and all that, okay? Please, you've got to take it easy. All right? Take it easy on him. Easy peasy, easy does it. Yeah, I know also that there's this excitement, yeah, especially if it's your first time or, even if it's not your first time, what's the word now? in that eagerness to please, to want to please him, right? His getting there, you see that orgasm, his experience on the big O. You want to go, take it easy on him, all right? Please. For some men, when they have orgasmed, they don't even want you to touch the penis. Yeah, it gets that sensitive. So you've got to know the kind of man, what works for your partner. You've got to know what works for your man. Okay? So I'm sure in the course of listening to me tonight, you realize that, like I said, it's not the one-way, speedy, up and down movement only. Remember what I said. You can switch things up using two hands. You use one hand and use both hands in the course of things, all right? And don't forget that the frenulum can't be left unattended to. Oh, no, darling. That guy deserves some attention. Please, with all pleasure, pay him that much attention, all right? And then also, yes, I also mentioned, if you remember, in the course of talking to you about this tonight, I told you, soft strokes while he orgasms. I told you also, touch the head of his penis, all right? You've got to realize that all these parts are pretty sensitive. So you've got to be, what's the word? Look, I want to believe that doing that to your husband or your man, your baby boo, the love of your life, you want to make him happy. You want to please him. You want to give him a lovely experience, a lovely fun time before the main action. I know when people hear foreplay, they always think, oh, foreplay is just for the women. Yeah, I know, women are. But you see, it goes both ways. Oh, yes, darling. It goes both ways. For him and for you. Yes. So, please, soft touch, be gentle, get to know what it is your man likes, what works for him. I've mentioned these parts, the top of his penis, the frenulum, the testicles. I just give you these few pointers. Please, I'm hammering on this. Endeavor to have this conversation with your man. Okay? Outside the bedroom now. I told you that one of the best places, remember when we talked about when and how to discuss sex with your partner? I think that was last week. I mentioned that it's best done outside the bedroom in a neutral place. Okay? It doesn't mean it can be done in the bedroom, but you see, these conversations are important. The way you want him to know how to touch you, I'm sure he wants you to know how to touch him too. He wants you to know what works. All right? And if you feel too shy to have this conversation, darling, think of the fact that these conversations are essential because it is all about your pleasure, her pleasure, his pleasure, and your pleasure. Okay? Knowing how to navigate really matters. And that's what we do here on Pillow Talk. All right? These things are very essential. I told you, sexual compatibility plays a very vital role in marriages. Very vital role. And if you don't have these conversations, if you don't know what works, there you'll have issues. Okay? You'll have issues here and there. And these are things that happen. These are things that come up. And, some questions people might ask, or you might even ask. Yeah, you might just be asking in your head, what do I do if I run out of, speed? I forgot to mention that to give that hand job, you don't do it all dry, okay? Please. Some people love to use spit or saliva. I don't like it. I don't subscribe to it, but if it is your thing, it's okay. But I'll always advise that you use lubricants, okay? Yeah, saliva, there's a tendency for saliva to dry up, Okay, but with lubricants, somehow with enough lubricants, it enables proper movement, easy flow, that soft feel, and that touch. And there are different kinds of lubricants. There are different kinds. There are different kinds of lubricants. So, I mean, for those who want to use saliva, it's normal for saliva. Of course. To basically cause that slippery sensation that makes the stroking feel good. Like I said, it's possible for it to dry up fast, right? Lubricants are great, right? All you need to do is just drizzle some of the lubricants on your man's penis, all right? Yeah, and away you go to pleasure. But you also need to know something. I love to also chip this in. Lubricants are great, but I would say oil-based lubricants are not so good when with condoms. There are water-based lubricants out there. Okay, so yeah, not so good with latex, basically. All right. I'm sure you know the different kinds of condoms. I think I've talked about it before here on Pillow Talk. We can talk about it again. All right, there are different kinds of condoms, right? So just ensure to use lubricants. Oh, that brings about that nice and easy, smooth flow that is what is needed in the cause of that hand job. Think about it. You don't want to be going up and down and doing those awesome things you want to do to your man with dry palms. Hey, darling. That is you hurting your man. I don't think he's even going to be sitting there and wanting you to do all of that with just dry palms or dry hands or fingers. No, darling. You could also use outside lubricants. You could use some coconut oil, some olive oil, some organic, good natural oils. They're great as well. Okay? The main thing is to ensure proper, smooth, that smooth movement and feel. That's the idea. All right? Yeah, my darling. So yeah, when you feel or when you run out of that saliva, lubricants are just the best way to go. And to avoid getting to that point where, it gets all dried up, why not use lubricants from the get-go? Think about it. All right. Yeah, it's very important. And I know another question you might possibly be asking is, how do I know if I should keep going? Yeah, there's a tendency to ask that question. Look, I'll tell you tonight that the question is best answered with how your partner responds, or with your partner's response. All right? Yeah, you should also pay attention to his body language. Okay? It's in fact, that is, look at how he's communicating with you. Communication isn't necessarily verbal. I've told you before in Pillow Talk. Body language is a great way to communicate. Facial expressions, body language. Okay? Yeah. In the course of doing what it is you're doing, is your man moaning and, just, you will know when he's feeling pleasure. You will see it. You will hear it. You will feel it. You will sense it. And when things are getting up a notch, and just, you will sense it, you will know, and then that way you can keep going, baby. Yes. You will know that he's almost hitting the big O. But if your man looks bored, looks like he's in pain or discomfort, and maybe he doesn't want to tell you to make you feel awkward, honey, please give up. Stop. Don't put that man in unnecessary wahala, all in the name of giving him a hand job. Please, I beg you. It's very important. All right, my darling. It's below Talk on 95.1 Nigeria and for your number one talk station of the nation. I am live on YouTube and Facebook, Nigeria Info Abuja. All right. Yes, and of course, BlaqCoffee 1. That's BlaqCoffee 1. BlaqCoffee 1 on Facebook. Yes, darling, you want to ask a question? Feel free. The phone lines are open for you. You want to ask a question, you want to share your experience. What was it like the first time you gave your man a hand job or you received a hand job from your woman? Was it, ooh, wee, nice, beautiful, or ow, whatever it is? Talk. Let's talk. You care to share? I want to hear. You know, I tell you all the times my ears are big enough to listen. You can always send me that voice note via WhatsApp. You can always send me that message via WhatsApp. Let's talk. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry, I can barely hear you. The line isn't clear. Would you hang up and call me back? Please call me back. 0700 951 0000. 0700 951 0000. And of course, you have 0809 597 4869. 0809 597 4869. Let's talk. You can also send a message right there on YouTube. Okay, remember, it is Nigeria Info Abuja. All right, you can send that message via WhatsApp, you can send a voice note, or just simply call in. Let's talk. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Jerry. What's your name and location?
My name is Peter.
Peter. Great. Where's Peter calling from?
Right now in my office.
Okay, Peter, let's talk.
Yeah. BlaqCoffee.
Yes, please.
I think I want to seek for your advice on something.
Okay, please can you speak up, Peter?
Okay, I want to seek for your advice.
All right, what could that be?
Okay, it's between me and my girlfriend actually.
Sorry?
It's between me and my girlfriend.
Okay, let's talk.
Yeah. Okay. I've actually been a very faithful and straightforward guy.
Okay,
Because, I got to learn that in my previous relationship. Based on how I met her and how she has been. So that really gives me the room to stick to only one relationship. But it was unfortunate that we didn't end up being together.
okay, sorry about that.
No. It's nothing to be sorry for because what I've learned from her is keeping me going in Abuja presently. So in a relationship, there are things that you stand to benefit if your other spouse is somebody that knows what the world is about or somebody that really wants something with you. There is something that person will put in you that can help you for the rest of your life, and that is what she did.
Great. Of course, we get to learn from each other. Go on, please. Ask the question.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, right now, I have this girl that I think BlaqCoffee have already come with name on radio. So right now, I don't know if I should go ahead with the discussion or is something we have to do private. I don't know.
Why? You don't want to talk about it again?
No, I want to really talk about it.
Okay.
I want to really talk about it, yeah. Because actually, I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
Faithfully in that relationship.
All right.
Yeah. So it got to a point that my lady came to visit. So when stay with me for some time. So she now got a job here in Abuja. And also, okay, if that is the case, I'll get you your own place to stay. Since we are not married yet.
Okay.
So that, yeah, so that we'll keep preparing before we settle down. She said, okay. So, this lady, do you know what she did? She did something that, BlaqCoffee, we'll talk about this. I just want to like discuss it with you because it's something that nobody, it's just a few individuals that can take it, but I still keep going with the relationship.
All right. I see you want to talk to me outside radio. Feel free to send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, okay? Or if you're on WhatsApp, you can. Do you have the Nigeria Info Abuja WhatsApp portal number?
No, I don't have. I used to have it, I once called you last year.
Oh, all right. You know what will happen? I'm going to call out the number so you can send me a message via WhatsApp. If not, send me that message via Facebook or IG, sliding my DM. BlaqCoffee1. That is BlaqCoffee1. Okay?
Can you come again?
BlaqCoffee1. BLAQ. Q for quarters. Okay? BlaqCoffee1. All right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram. All right?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Peter. I really look forward to hearing from you, all right? I'm looking forward to that. Whatever it is, take it easy. Okay?
I will, sure.
All right, Gary. Take care. Your number one go-to soul sister here with you. Let's talk. Talk to me. All right. Let's talk. Hello. Hello. Okay, what could be the problem? Hello.
Good evening, BlaqCoffee.
Good evening. How are you doing?
BlaqCoffee, how was your day today?
My day was good. Thanks for asking. What's your
I thank God.
What's your name and location?
Uncle John.
Uncle John. Good to hear from you. Where's Uncle John calling me from? All right, Uncle John. Let's talk. My day was good. Thanks for asking.
Thank you. BlaqCoffee.
Yes, please.
I've been listening to you and I want to sit back and listen to you on radio.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I want to sit back and listen to you on radio. And then feel you all the way till 1 a.m.
Interesting. All right, Uncle John.
Relax. BlaqCoffee, relax my nerves for me on radio. Beautiful. Nice.
Okay, Uncle John. Good to know that I relax your nerves. Mm.
Thank you. Sit back and listen to you. Thank you.
All right, Uncle John.
Thank you, baby.
All right, boo-boo. All right, boo-boo.
All right.
Thank you so much, Uncle John. All right. Let's talk 0700 951 0000. Hello. Good evening. Hi, good evening. What's your name and location? All right, Mr. Tones came there. Please ignore Mr. Tones. Call me back. It's 0700 951 0000. 0700 951 0000. And of course, there's 0809 597 4869. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Tell us your name and location.
Okay, my name is Emeka.
Great, Emeka. Great to hear from you. Where's Emeka calling us from?
Okay, Emeka is calling from Abuja here.
Great. Let's talk.
Yeah, I based in Metama.
Sorry?
I stay in Metama.
All right. Good to hear that. Good to hear from you. Let's talk, Emeka.
Yeah, BlaqCoffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Actually, I have this issue that I think maybe the listeners they help me to sort it out.
Okay.
Hello?
Go on, please. Go on.
Okay. Um, I'm actually into a relationship.
All right.
Yeah. So we actually preparing to marry with my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is something I discovered.
What's that?
She never knew that I get to know the password of her phone
All right.
because I once tried to get the phone from her. There's the way she panics and other things.
All right.
It gives me concern. So on one good day, fateful day, she was now pressing to lock me, and I got to see the digits.
Okay.
So I went through the phone just for me to discover that my girl is about to visit somebody that is married and honorable for that.
Okay.
So I now try to talk to her about how sincere is she with me. She says she's not sincere with me. She can't be visiting me and seeing me often like this. That's okay. So there is this weekend that she told me she wants to go and visit her friend. She wants to go and visit her friend. I said, okay, you can go on.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't come to see you this weekend. She says, fine. I said, okay. So that weekend, she didn't come. She's supposed to come back on Sunday so that the next day she can go to work.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't turn up back to her place. So I became curious. I now asked her, where is she? She told me that she's in her friend's place. Tomorrow she has something to do. Just for me to find out that Monday she didn't go to work. So I now said, okay, does this mean that maybe she has gone to visit this man? So when she came back, I kept quiet as if I did not have anything. At this point in time, I won't discuss anything with her or telling her that I have known what is really going on. So I now went through the phone just to discover that she has gone to visit that married man and she's that. So I saw pictures, the way they snap with her friends.
Wait, she took pictures with the man, or you said she snapped with her friends? Did her friend go with her?
No, she snapped with her friend, yeah. And
At the man's?
she has, yeah. And before then, she has sent him some pictures, trying to cover her breast and send him some pictures. So I now confronted her. I said, why did she be in this field? That is it. Don't I, as a man, satisfy her or something else? She said, no, that is as I told you. What is the problem?
She said what? I can't hear that. You have to speed to, be snappy with the story, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I now ask her, what is the problem? Don't I, as a man, satisfy her?
Mm-hmm.
What is her problem?
What did she say?
By going to date a married man. So then I had promised her money for something. So I told her that, okay, I'm going to give you on so date. Because I feel it was my responsibility because I was the one that did that promise. So the date has not come. So we were waiting for that date that I keep delaying. So she went for the money. I said, okay, that's why the fact.
Was that what she told you? That the reason for going to the man was for the money?
Yeah, I told her, okay, you wrote so message to him. And the man had told you that he's going to get back to you. So is this who you are? your life.
Okay.
I know we are planning to settle down.
What did she say?
So eventually she started talking. Then later she calmed down. When she calmed down, and I told her, I said, look, in this world, nobody is perfect. I'm telling you, this is what happened between us. I said, nobody is perfect. But I'm looking at you into your face now. I don't know why you did it. But if only you promise me you're not going to do this again. Because I've known you for some time now. But this
How long have you been together? How long have you been
2
together?
years.
You've been together
2
for
years.
2 years. Okay, so
Yes.
when you
I
said
want us,
okay, so
I
now
want us,
what do you want now? You know, we've dragged this for a while now.
wait.
Because
want
there's
us
no
to
time. The
correct-
show is this segment of the show is fast coming to an end.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. What I really want now is that with this thing that has happened now,
Yes.
I still love her because I have tried to correct her.
Okay.
What do you think I should do? Should I just walk out? Because me, if there is something I can do, I'll pray to God and God will just take that feelings away from me.
All right. I'll simply say something that I've said a lot of times on the show, right?
Okay.
On Tonight with BlaqCoffee. Now, I'm glad that you said something when you were talking to her. You said nobody's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you already know that. Nobody's perfect. She told you that because you couldn't meet up with the demands as at when you promised to, she had to go find the...
BlaqCoffee.
Yes, please.
Sorry, let me cut you short.
Yes.
So, do you know that at that point, I have met up with that demand. I could have cut off, but later on, I was the one that met up with that demand.
I don't get... take me back. I didn't get you.
Then, that demand,
Mm-hmm.
that promise I had made,
Yes.
you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I think I had it then. I could have given her and cut off with the relationship because then I feel like, okay, let me show her that this is nothing to me. But I later on meet up with the promise.
Okay, so why didn't you end up the relationship with her even after you met up her need? Because you said if you had met up the need at the time you promised to, you would have ended the relationship. So it's obvious that you
Yes.
love this girl, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so let's just go straight to the point. Like I said before, nobody's perfect. You already know that. I'm glad you do. So what I would just simply say is this, right? I don't know this girl. You know her better. You've been with her for 2 years. I need you to understand that marriage is not a walk in the park. And you need to ask yourself questions, right? You were the one she spoke with. You saw her body language. You heard the things she said, especially saying the fact that she did what she did because you had not met up with that need as at the time you promised. So she went elsewhere to look for it. So you've got to ask yourself questions. Is this how it's going to be in marriage? Because in marriage, my darling, there are times that things like this will occur. There are issues right in front of you, but the funds are not there. You can't meet up with the funds. So will that be how she's going to handle the situation at the time? These are questions you have to ask yourself. If in the course of marriage, I can't meet up with the needs or things are not working right, will she do this? Or how would she handle it? Does she have a job? Does she work?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to talk. These are things you need to put into cognizance because you see...
I just got her a job.
Yeah, I remember you
just
said
like 3 months.
her job is just 3 months old. So my darling, you weigh the pros and the cons, but you have to have a conversation with her, observe her. I already know that you already feel distrust towards her, okay? And that also is another situation on its own because feeling distrust towards your woman, are you sure you can go all the way with her in marriage? I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm not trying to say, hey, end it all and blah blah. You know her better. You've got to sit out of the situation and weigh the situation. Have conversations. What do you want of marriage?
Okay.
have these conversations with her, and you have to also talk to yourself. Can you cope? Because now, see the way you ended up becoming James Bond, having to try to decipher her code, her password, and all that. Is this something you want to continue with? Because the thing is, even if you leave her and move on to another person, there's a tendency for you to move with that into the relationship. Okay? So you have to ask questions, think about it, pray about it, ask God for directions, because marriage is not an easy thing. And offenses must come.
As I speak to you, I'm preparing to go. I'm planning towards seeing our parents before the month end.
All right, so just take a deep breath. Think about this on your own. I'm not saying get paranoid or give yourself unnecessary high blood pressure. Pray about it. Talk to God about it. Because marriage is not just physical. There's a spiritual side to things in the cause of marriage. Okay? The sex part, getting it right is good. But there's a spiritual side to things. So these are things you have to look at. Okay?
Okay.
All right, darling. I wish you all the best, right?
I'm so grateful for BlaqCoffee.
You're welcome anytime.
God will continue to bless and protect you.
Amen. Amen. And you too.
Angel in these guys.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye. Alrighty, we'll come to the end of the show. I see a message here quickly. Adamu Abdullahi on YouTube says, nice hearing you after a long time. Adams from Jabi. Thank you so much, Adams. It's great reading from you as well on the show. And Ray says, evening, my sweetie BlaqCoffee. Hope your weekend was good. Really missed you. My day was good. Loved the weather. It's not blowjob, handjob. Back then, he says, back then in school, my girlfriend was so good at it to the extent whenever she starts it, it gets to the point that I'll start sleeping. Sleeping. Because of the sweetness and her good job. It was fun back then. Can't wait to get my life back and on my feet again, by God's grace, just to feel loved again. Well done, sweetie BlaqCoffee. Hey, Ray, don't worry. I've told you that you're going to get out of that wheelchair soon. All right? Okay? Just keep going for therapy and keep believing and putting in the work. You'll be fine. You'll be great. So I see someone sent me a message with the peace sign. Okay. Benjamin, I've seen your message. I'll do the needful. I see, good evening, BlaqCoffee. How can I enjoy my wife's with a small penis, please? Okay, I will respond to that. Of course, remember, I'm with you till 1 a.m. Quickly, let's take this call. Hello. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. Please, can you turn off your radio?
Good evening. My name is
There's this feedback I'm getting from you. Oh, wow. Okay. Oof. Please, when you call in, darling, turn off your radio. Okay, turn it off, and because the feedback is quite unpleasant. All right, hello. Good evening. Okay. Your number one go-to soul sister, BlaqCoffee with a little cream. It's been awesome, this segment of Pillow Talk with you. Of course, we still got time, and we're together till 1 a.m. Right now, I'm going to go on this quick music break. Keep it locked on the dial, 95.1 Nigeria Info. I got you, darling. And remember, I love you like Kilo Day. All right. Yes, I do.
This is Nigeria Info.